Hi guys, this is Daryl Addison at Torpedopot.com. Daryl Addison at Torpedopot.com, and you're looking at some of our self-growing planters. This is called the Stick Junior. We have sticks that can grow, that you're looking at right now, that can grow your plants for you without you having to be there. So these are self-growing planters, meaning that they water your plants by themselves. They can feed your plant automatically by themselves. All you do is drop seeds and dirt into this planter and you walk away for the rest of the year. It does everything automatically, okay? They're not like other planters that say that they're self-watering and they really aren't self. You have to participate inside of that watering process. Not ours. These are self-watering planters. The plant that you see right there is one of our torpedo pots. We call these long tubes torpedoes. There's a torpedo and there's a pot at the bottom, that red pot at the bottom. And so what it does, in that torpedo section, you have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, about 15, you have about 60 holes, perch holes, to put your seeds or seedlings in. And we put 3 seeds inside those perch holes. There's about 180 seedlings that we put inside. Well, let's say we put an average of 2. So let's say it was 60, about 120. And then we're growing some vegetables at the bottom there also, which are beans in this case. I think they're pinto beans. And I think we have about another 60 at the base. So we have quite a number of plants that are actually growing inside of the torpedo pot. Now, that's a torpedo and that's a pot. These right here are sticks. What makes the stick so unique is because you can see they have about the same growing area as the torpedo. So you can grow as much as you would normally grow over there. But the only thing about it is that it does it in a reduced amount of space. And it does it, that's convenient for you. That means you can take this torpedo, unlike the torpedo pot, you can take this torpedo and this stick junior and lift it up and carry it any place you want to go. The torpedo, the stick junior is actually mobile. So you can actually bring it out, carry the whole thing in the house, and you can eat off of it. Or you can bring the stick off, carry the stick into the house itself, have your event, bring it back out after your event, sit it back down, and let it continue to grow. Now the applications are enormous. For those people who are growing food, like for instance if you would have a party or some of that nature, you don't have to come outside and pick your plant off of the torpedo pot. You simply carry the torpedo junior inside the room where you're having your event, sit it down there where people can pick fresh strawberries. They literally eat it fresh from off of the vine as opposed to you giving it to them being brought from some other place in the world, not knowing where it's growing at. You have control over your food. For these torpedo pots, the stick juniors, what we also do is that we grow apromint, spearmint, peppermint, orange mint. All we do is that fill it up with dirt, and in each hole we will put a little seedling in. And the seedlings can only be but so big, they don't have to be. Or you put the seeds in and let it germinate itself, okay? It's self-growing, you don't have to do anything. It will grow out into about a little small tree. It's about 3 foot by 6 foot. You can do that with a stir strip, you can do it with peas, whatever you think that you could grow and you would enjoy being around, trust the torpedo pot, it'll get you there. Now what makes this so interesting is that for this torpedo, what we do for the homeowners, we have what is called the fertilization tank, and we have the timer, and of course we have the little golden nipple here that allows you to screw on to the timer, and it will automatically send water to your actual torpedo. So this connects to the spigot that you normally have outside spigot. Water comes in here, and from here you can add any fertilizers that you like to add. Just drop it into the tank, and you can add your fertilizer to it. After the fertilization tank, it goes through the timer. From this timer, you determine how frequently you want to water your torpedoes. Water comes out, you plug this into the back of the torpedo, and then you walk away for the rest of the year. Whole setup, you're looking at as much as, for those who know what they're doing, less than an hour. And you do absolutely nothing after that. All you're doing is monitoring and making sure. As your plants start to grow, their water needs might change. So you might want to come back and change the timer and adapt it to the water changes that are taking place. Now, what makes our torpedo pots so great is for 2 major things. One is our feeding capabilities, okay? You can grow organically, or you can grow with some type of synthetic fertilizer if you wanted to. And they both do very, very well. We've taken green peppers and put them in some of our torpedo pots there, and the tall torpedo pot. And if we were to grow it organically for just an 8 foot, that one's about, I think it's about a 9 foot. But I think in a regular, I think 5 foot to 6 foot torpedo pot, we've been able to grow organically 120 green peppers. If we fertilize it, we would go up even higher from 400 to 800 green peppers. Don't discount your stick. Your stick junior has the ability of doing the exact same thing. It can grow an abundance amount of food and vegetables. So our claim to fame is our watering system. We have an internal watering system that allows all of your plants to get equal access to water. Now, why is that important? Because you don't have to, first of all, like we're doing, pouring water on the ground, where only 10%, if not 5% of that water reaches the base of your plants, and it's normally uptake. Most of it is evaporated. So we're using a lot of the water senselessly. Our fertilizers are mixed in our water, so we're wasting fertilizers just as much as we're wasting water, feeding other things that we're not trying to feed. So it reduces the amount of fertilizer, it reduces the amount of water. But more importantly, check this out. Those torpedo pots you're looking right now that are growing those beans, they've been growing without fertilizers in the same dirt for over 2 years now. For 2 years, we never had to replace the dirt in that torpedo pot at all. So I'm using the same soil that I put in that pot, which is really significantly less than you would have in the ground. But I'm using less soil in that pot than we could ever imagine. And yet, the productivity increases by over 1,000%. So the torpedo pot is no joke. It's a game changer. It's a game changer. And we want to be able to use this technology worldwide. We want to partner ourselves up with people who want to grow things and to bring food to people in a very economic, safe, and a very environmental friendly way. Torpedo Pot is in that business, and we're hoping that you'll be in the business with us. The second thing that makes this so profound is not just the watering system and the reduction of all the other resources, but I think the one thing that makes it so great and people love about the Torpedo Pot is that it's convenient. It saves overall in terms of overall cost. So if you're a farmer, for the torpedo pots that we have, Torpedo Pot and our stick juniors, we compared growing peas in a pot as opposed to growing in the field. Farmers growing in the field, they have to get large equipment, fertilization, everything else that we talked about. All of this equipment, everything else costs hundreds of thousands of dollars. There's a reason why farmers only make, the average farmer in the United States, 50% of them, make less than $10,000 a year. Because the equipment and everything else is just too intensive, capital intensive, they simply can't afford it. But with Torpedo Pot, not only can you grow this in your home so that you can come outside and eat what you want, but you can grow with the Torpedo Pot and the stick that goes up. These sticks can go up to about 100 feet, but with the stick and 2 by 2 square feet, you can literally feed thousands of people without even trying. This growing technology grows food faster and more abundant than hydroponics, the traditional farming that you see, the aquaponics, whatever you name it. There is nothing in the world that can compare to the growth. Not just the growth, but the love for your plants, the care for your plants as a Torpedo Pot. We're making them affordable, we're making them inexpensive so that we can get them out to people so they can give them a try. But it's been fantastic. It's been fantastic. For, like I use the example for our apple mint, spearmint, orange mint, peppermint, and all of it just little bushes that I have in front of my house that I can go out and clip. Or I can just, hey guys, I throw a party, everybody make their own some type of mint drink. My wife loves these little mint drinks. And we'll just take it out, bring it in the house, put it down, and I'll put her on the spot. I love it too when she makes it for me, I answer to it. But we bring it out, bring it in the house, put it down, and you're able to cut your mint. Do your own mixing, and everybody is there. You can feed, from one torpedo pot, having that, you can feed about 150 people. And what's so good about it is that you use the seeds over and over and over again. The seeds that we got from some of our plants, we use them next year. So we never have to actually go ahead and have to purchase them again. Once you get a crop from your torpedo pot, you use it over and over and over and over again. Our job is in growing, and we want to be able to grow your food. One of the reasons why I love Torpedo Pot also is because when I go to the supermarket and they are stocked with great food, I love the supermarket. I'm more of an organic person, but the convenience of going to someplace to buy your food should not be discounted. That's a tremendous service that's been provided to people. And I take my head off to the logistics teams behind putting together the supermarkets. But with the torpedo pot, you don't have to take food and store it in a refrigerator. Why? Because you're eating it fresh daily. Nice, clean, wholesome food that is at your fingertips. And you know who's growing it. It's you. You know what chemicals in it because you're in control. You know exactly where it came from because you are the leader. You know what imperfections are there because you know what bugs are growing on your food if you allow them to. The torpedo pot is a game changer. It is no joke. One of the things that I like about this small pots is because they come in many different, the Torpedo Pot Junior comes in many different conformations. Like for instance, we have it where that you can actually remove the torpedo pot from and carry it in the house. You can have the base here. But for a lot of our growers, they want a solution that will help them automate their process. So these torpedo pots will come in different colors. Right now you see black and white, but they're green, they're red, they're yellow, they're orange. And why is that important? Because in the growing industry, whether you're doing hemp and cannabis, and again, we've been successful at growing cannabis and hemp. We have no problem doing that, and we have the pictures to prove it. But when you're growing cannabis and hemp, you really are trying to adhere to the regulations in that particular area, okay? So if you have regulations that say, hey, listen, you're not allowed to use this type of planter in this area because this is a controlled substance, well, you need the color coding because the color coding allows you to do that. It allows you to pick the right color coding for the right area that you're working in. Or if you're working in the processing area, this may be for germination, this may be for production, this may be for foods and vegetables, this may be for vegetables, because we customize these pots for you. You're looking at now one inch perch holes, and this one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 times 4. We're about 32 perch holes inside this one pot where you would put your plants in, okay? So you can actually put them into these perch holes to do whatever you want to do. So we can change the sizes of the holes, the distance of the holes, depending on what you're going. You tell us what you want, and with our technology, we will make it possible. Torpedo Pot is the business of ensuring your success in the industry. Again, this is Daryl Addison at Torpedopot.com. Daryl Addison at Torpedopot.com. If you have any questions, you want to know more about our products, please feel free to ask. This one is on a little trolley that we have, because what it is, one manufacturer who's going to be purchasing a number of these pots are going to want to have all of them trolleyed together. So we'll have about 50 torpedo pots connected together by a little rope. So when he's processing, we'll have a little computer that draws all of the torpedo pots in a particular area, like a canal. So all of his employees, once they finish doing their job, the driver, the main base station, will take them all back to the location after he's filled it up and did what he had to do. The torpedo pot is no joke. Like I said, we're in this industry to stay, and we plan to be here for a while. Daryl Addison at Torpedopot.com. Daryl Addison at Torpedopot.com, and we're in the business of feeding the world. And we would like you to help us to do that. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.